Time to start.
Rock concert movement number 1. The basic head bob. Ready, go.
The technical definition of the decibel scale, you don't have to write this down, is it's 10 times the logarithm of the intensity of the sound divided by I0, which is a threshold of hearing. 1 times negative 10 to negative 12 watts per square meter, where intensity of the sound is the power of the sound in watts divided by 4 pi r squared. How many of you guys, when you see that, like freak out and go, wow, that's a lot of weird math? Good, pat yourself on the back, you're normal. So today, my goal is to help you break down how the decibel scale works. So don't even worry about this. This is the technical equation. So in your notes today, what we want to do is to break down some notes on how the decibel scale works. We're going to go over some of the important numbers, and then we're going to show you conceptually the simple way to picture the math. So the first thing is notice what's in the word decibel. See how there's this deci? Anyone know what deci means? Deci means 10. And the whole idea is it's based on powers of 10. It's a logarithmic scale. So for every 10 decibels you go up, it's actually 10 times the energy. We'll talk about that in a second. And then notice after deci is Bell. Anyone know who this is named after? The guy who invented our telephone system? It's Alexander Graham Bell, exactly. You don't even have to take a physics class. Everyone knows about this great American inventor who developed our modern phone system, and for his studies on how the human ear works, we named the scale after him. First important number at the top of the decibel scale is 120 dB for decibels. That's an important number. Write it down. This is called the threshold of pain. If you hit 120 decibels, that is a scientific level where you start to damage your ears and you create irreversible, irreparable long-term hearing loss. That's equivalent to a jet airplane taking off right above your head. So there's an old movie, it was actually filmed out here in Chicago. It's called Wayne's World. It's a silly movie. There's a scene where they're laying on like the hood of the car by O'Hare and the planes are taking off. Like, Wayne's World, okay? And what they're doing is they're trashing their ears, which is why, if you've ever been to the airport, what do people wear when they're on the runway? Yeah, it's hearing protectors, they're earmuffs. They look really dorky, but they protect your ears. They try to block out outside sound by about 30 to 40 decibels, depending on the quality of your earmuffs there. One of my neighbors, he works for Caterpillar down at their manufacturing facility. He always wears these when he cuts the grass. He's like an engineer. And he makes his kids wear these when they mow the lawn, but now they're teenagers. They don't want to do that anymore. So it looks dorky, but it actually protects your ears. Anyone ever been to like a concert and the next day your ears are ringing? You know what I'm talking about? Pat yourself on the back. You just suffered sound levels above 120 dB. You have suffered irreversible long-term hearing damage. You shook your eardrum so hard that this thing called the cochlea, a fluid-filled sac in your ear, shakes back and forth, and then it shakes these little tiny hairs inside. I know it sounds gross, but that's how it works. Turns into electrical signals, goes to your brain. You've just damaged those little tiny ciliary hairs in your cochlea, which means that you've lost part of your hearing. You'll never get it back. So there's an online campaign started by an old band, The Who, where I thought it was the drummer, it's actually the guitarist, Pete Townsend. He lost his hearing at a very young age. So to promote awareness about hearing damage for the youth of America and the world, okay, he's trying to promote this idea of turning it down. So I know you guys are teenagers, you like your music loud and proud, so every once in a while, crank it up on your stereo, not your headphones. Jump up and down in the mosh pit and all that, and then just turn it down. You're going to lose your hearing. And if you want to try, I'm going to have this out for our entire unit, the decibel scale meter. You can put your headphones right up to this and get a quick reading. And most of you guys average 95 to 105 decibels. Not cool. So do yourself a favor, turn it down, because it is a conspiracy to make you all deaf, to have a little device that stores thousands of songs and pumps pure sound, acoustic energy right into your ear canal. Another important number, it's not on this diagram. 90 decibels would be like heavy traffic, like noisy construction traffic on the highway, but 85 decibels is what research has shown. This is the maximum you should play your music at. Max for music. Anything more than 85 decibels for like 5 to 10 minutes, you're destroying your hearing. You know how at Hinsdale Central, nothing but the best for you guys, we set off the fire alarm randomly, and every once in a while I'll just grab this just for kicks. You know how annoying the fire alarms are? Yeah? You want to take a guess? It's like right around 120 decibels when you walk up to it. So it's designed to be so loud that it's annoying to get you out of the building. But long term, it's going to destroy your hearing. doing pep assemblies, juniors and seniors, you guys are awesome. Seniors especially, you blow away the freshmen big time. You guys max out right around 120 decibels, right? And the freshmen, they're lucky if they barely beat 100 decibels. So what's interesting is sometimes they'll hear on the radio, Soldier Field or United Center, what the decibel scale level gets up to. 50 would be like a normal classroom like now. 10 is a whisper, but here's one that's not on there. 0 decibels, 0 dB. This is an important level. This is called the threshold of hearing, the threshold of human hearing. What that means is not no sound, but the quietest sound that the human ear can detect. Your ear is super sensitive, like a pin dropping in like the back of the room there. Threshold of human hearing has a very nerdy value. It's called I0, which is the minimum intensity that the human ear can detect. It's 1 times 10 to the negative 12th watts per square meter. Technically, sound should be measured in watts of power, like a light bulb. What's brighter, a 100-watt light bulb or a 50-watt light bulb? What will light up your driveway better at night? Obviously, the 100-watt light bulb. It'll kick out twice the energy, 100 joules of energy every second. So technically, when you go buy like new headphones, well, not like this, but like for your iPod or whatever, if you look on the packaging, it actually tells you how many watts per square meter your headphones or your speakers can kick out. So if you got like an 800-watt stereo, yeah, you're kicking out that energy there, yeah? So what all this is it's a nerdy number to point out that your ear can detect a trillionth of a watt spread out over an entire square meter. That's like a pin dropping in the back of the room, or a butterfly flapping its wings, or you sneaking in past your curfew, oh, when your folks are trying to bust you and you hear like the stairs squeaking there, yeah?